Alright, so here we are in the versus stage. Game loads up pretty quick. It's pretty simple. Let's go straight into combat. And let's talk about mobility. So, if you tilt the control stick a little bit, you can walk. If you push the control stick all the way, you're going to go to a run. If you tap the B button, you get a dodge. If you hold the B button down, you can sprint. And by the way, I'm going to be referring to button names in terms of, assuming you're using a 360 controller. Alright, let's talk about your offense. So, by pressing R1, you can cycle through your light attacks. So you press light 4 times and you get all of your light attacks. If you hit light attack 5 times, it will automatically complete the combo for you. So for those of you who don't want to do anything much more advanced than that, it's nice and easy to do. So this is what it looks like when you hit. Nice 5-hit combo, nice and simple. Ignore that. Alright, so back to offense. We're talking about strong attack. So this is his strong attack. And just to recap, you can charge it. So for more advanced stuff, we talked about this combo where you're just mashing the light attack. So you can cancel any one of the 4 light attacks he has into a different strong attack. So for example, if I press light attack once and then strong, I get this. It's a little uppercut. If I press light attack twice, I get a spin attack which knocks down. If I press light attack 3 times and then strong, I get the flip. And again, if I do it 4 times and strong, I get that one to play it. So for example, if I have Layla kind of close to a wall here, and I do the 1-2 strong, she bounces off the wall, and then I can juggle just like that. You can do normal attacks pretty much forever, but if you have a look above Roy's head, you'll see that green bar is his health, and the yellow bar is his stamina. You can see every time I attack, it lowers his stamina a little bit. So it gets to a point where you just have to stop attacking. Take it too far, and now you're in the negative. You can't do anything mobility related while you're in the negative, or defense related for that matter. So I can walk, and that's basically it. I can't sprint, I can't attack, I can't block, so you don't ever want that to happen. You want to be very careful and constantly make sure your stamina is where it should be. Right. So let's talk about specials. If we look up in the upper left hand corner, we can see all those blue meters. So if I press the left bumper, I get my earthquake attack. And you see this, it's on a cooldown timer. When it comes back, I can do it again. But when it's gray, I can't do it. So left trigger is another kind of earthquake. It does something a little bit different. We'll show that in a second. The Y button is a special cancelable dash. I'll show you what that does too. It's kind of fun. And the A button is just a quick little step. If you tap it once, it cools down really quick and you kind of just keep doing it. So it's helpful to get behind somebody or just to close the distance really quick. So if you tap it twice, you get 2 dashes. And it makes your cooldown quite a bit longer. However, you can also just keep pressing it to go pretty far, but you can see you don't really want to do that too much because it drains your stamina. So also during the dash, you can press an attack. I press attack and A button, it gives me a shoulder. It's a good way to get in and just do a really quick hit. The other one, so if I press strong attack, a dash and stab. So that one's really good for punishing mistakes at distance. So it helps Roy close distance really fast and just hit somebody for making a mistake. So let's show some of these things in a little more practical sense. That's what the earthquake does. Not too bad, just a nice combo finisher. The other one launches them in the air, so you can actually kind of follow up and do stuff out of it. So as for the Y button, so if I'm doing some attacks, I can press Y to cancel them immediately and do something else. Okay, so if I do this, I can finish the combo and I can keep going, right? So you can use that for more offense. You can also use it defensively. So let's say she's blocking and I make a mistake. I can cancel and then stop. Typically what you'd want to do with that... Oh, sorry, messed it up. So you can stop immediately. You can also use that for pressure up close. Alright, so finally, in terms of special skills, we have the super bar. That's the long bar you see above everything else. So if you click in the right stick or the left stick, you'll do your super move. Let's just show what his does real quick. Quite a big amount of damage. Right. So you can do stuff like this. Really quick, simple super combo. Does a lot of damage. Doesn't require very much, but there you go. Alright, so there's one more thing. There's counter attacks. So let's have a look at this stab move. Doesn't stun her very long, no big deal, right? So if she's doing something, like if she starts up an attack and I hit her with it, during her startup, it'll put her in a counter state, and most moves will give you a little bit extra stun. Some moves, his stab especially, will stun for a very long time. So let's see if I can time that out. There we go. So you can see she gets stunned a lot longer if I stab her with that move at the right time. Also, if you hit somebody in the back, it's a free counter. Pretty much always. There's really no exception to that. So you hit somebody in the back, and now you can do, you know, extended combo just based off of that. Alright, so now we talked about offense, let's talk a little bit about defense. So there's not a whole lot you can do in terms of defense, but at the same time there's not a whole lot of ways you can be mixed up. Look at that. So if you hold down block, it's a block. Very simple. There's no high-low blocking, there's nothing like that. However, you don't want to block forever because as you can see, she's blocking and her stamina is slowly dropping, and as long as you're blocking, your stamina will not recover. So it's very important that you don't block forever. So you can also see her life is slowly draining. There is chip damage with everything in the game, so you need to make sure that you are not blocking forever. It's very important. So when she gets to a certain point where her her stamina is about to drop, her guard just broke, and now she's in negative stamina, she can't do anything, and also if I'm reacting quickly enough as the attacker, she's opened up for a huge combo. So there's something else you can do. Instead of blocking, you can parry by tapping block and just letting it go very quickly. As you can see, it depletes a lot of stamina, so let's try to parry this Roy's stab, this move. And there we go, we did it. Pretty simple. You can tell it's a parry. A block has a blue spark. A parry has a very large green spark. Also, if you parry successfully, it gives you all that stamina back. Let's also look at one more way you can parry. So let's say I'm blocking and I see Roy is doing this combo. So what you can do during that combo, you can start parrying whenever you want, as long as... There we go. You can parry the last hit, and now he's in a really bad spot. It's going to put you at a severe advantage if you parry those last hits. Not only will you get stamina back, but you'll be able to punish him up close. And for a character like Layla, who specializes in really up-close grabs like this one, parrying somebody like that and being that close will really allow her to just go crazy. There's also dodging, but you're invincible for a very short period of time. As soon as you press the dodge, you're invincible, but by the time you touch the ground and you're rolling, you can just be hit again. So let's have a look at this. So I'm going to try and dodge through the stab, and see I went right through it because I dodged it properly. However, if I dodge it wrong, then you get counter hit. Also, this is very important, and I forgot to mention this in combat. If somebody's blocking too much, then you can grab by you just pressing guard and attack at the same time. That's an unblockable move. You can grab them. Most people can combo out of their throws in some way, so it's a very helpful maneuver. You can also break a grab if you think it's going to happen by just tapping guard at the right time. I'll have Layla grab and Roy will break it. There we go. Broke the grab. Doesn't do any damage. Puts you both at a completely neutral position. You're both out of throw range, so you both have to decide what you're going to do from there. Alright. So as I was saying, with the dodge, if I think you're going to dodge, the dodge is not throw invincible. So if I do it right, you can try to dodge and I can just grab you. Even though she is technically invincible at that point, the grab completely ignores it. One more defensive option. So let's say I knock you down, right? Touch the ground and press dodge, and you can roll immediately. So I'll hold the other direction. Yeah. So you can go whatever direction you want. So you got 3 ways to defend: guard, parry, and dodge. Gotta decide which one to do. Typically you don't want to do any of them too much, you just have to mix it up. Let's have a look at a couple of the more advanced combos. I'll do a couple with Roy just so we can see what you can do. So we'll do a counter attack, and then we'll go for a wall bounce, and then we'll do a juggle, and then an earthquake. That's a pretty simple one, but let's try a little bit more. So we'll do a backstab, then a wall bounce, then a juggle with the special, and then a juggle, and then a juggle, and then a finisher right there. Let's say you don't have a wall. You can do something like this. And then you can use the Y cancel, and then you can follow up with a super. And that's a lot of damage. That's 678 damage. Alright, so that is the basics of combat. So let's go and have a couple, let's go have a look at a couple other things really quick. So I'll just reset.